mad scientist genius Fuzzy Troll from Norway is back. Fjord Fuzz with the Midnattssol. It's called that because it means midnight sun in Norwegian. I don't know if that is Nynorsk or Bokmål. It doesn't matter. He showed me a design, a first draft of this like a long time ago, and we started talking about it, what possible options it could have. I love the fact that it had 4 switches, which are reachable by your foot, so they're not cramped. Huge knob here, 4 little pots here to control other stuff. It's Univibe and a Fuzz in one, and it can do so much stuff. We're gonna dive into that a little later. First, we're gonna get the basics of it done. This is a prototype of Frey, and this is his Univibe, which is also in here. But this is a standalone Univibe. You can, if you don't want the Fuzz, you want a cheaper option, Univibe. This is the one to get. You just get the Univibe. Sounds like this. Hang on, headphones. Here we go. Clean tone first. Otherwise, people are gonna get mad. They'll say stuff like, this demo was useless. You didn't play clean first. And then they are gonna start bitching about how dark my tone is and every pedal sounds the same. Let's go. This is Frey. Wow. Slower setting. It is gorgeous. So this is a volume, this is depth control, a fader. I love faders on pedals, and a big knob for the speed. It's so beautiful. And then you can switch to vibrato mode as well. Alright, this is in here as well, so we're going to continue here. You have expression on the top here. I'm going to add a cable there later, expression pedal, so you can control the speed and show you a cool little trick. On the left, this turns on the Univibe. This is switching between chorus and vibrato. One of these is depth and the other is... This is volume, this is depth of the modulation. It is beautiful. More speed, a little less depth. A little overdrive. Such an inspiring tone. Yeah, basically that's what it does. It can go fast as well. That's half the pedal. The magic happens with the Fuzz. Let me tell something else here. On the inside, there are dip switches. 8 dip switches to control the waveform of the modulation. So you can have it like a Univibe or a Resonate tone, which is another type of modulation pedal. There are 2 little tiny pot meters in there, so you can change the way the LFO reacts. And it can get really choppy, like a really choppy tremolo. I don't think I'm going to touch those. I'm going to touch the dip switches though a little later. And there are 2 dip switches for the Fuzz. As standard, it's set to Fuzz phase, but you can also make it sound like a Zonk Mark II. And a secret third option, which I'll let you hear as well. But right now, this is what the fuzz phase sounds like. That is gain. This is volume. Let's crank volume. More gain. Cleans up like you would expect from a fuzz phase. Now the two combined sounds. Then, secret weapon is the fourth switch here. Press that and you see a stop sign lighting up. That means the LFO has stopped. And now you can control where that wave shape is with the big speed knob. Making it react like a sort of filter sweep. Different tone. Absolutely crazy to think of something like this, and I wonder why nobody thought of this before. Maybe they did, but not implemented like this in a pedal. Fucking amazing. I'm gonna hook up the expression pedal, and then this either controls speed, takes over the big knob here. press this, and now it controls that knob as well, but you can control the filter. So yeah, that gives so much more options creatively, and it's such a simple solution. The guts, I'm gonna try and turn this around without disconnecting anything. Here we have guts. Let's try the zonk. There and there. This is Zonk Mark II. I like this even better than the fuzz face. And then there is the secret third option. Put both of these dip switches up, and then it sounds like. This sounds the best to my ears. Nice. Now we're gonna try different setting on the switches here. So if you turn these around, oh, I hate dip switches. I really hate them. Here we go, 5 years later. I've aged a lot. Now, this is Wesley tone. Ah, nice. Super cool. Then you have the option to create your own weird modulation thing. So let's set them somewhere random. Let's see what that does. This almost becomes like a tremolo. Going to vibrato. ratings. This guy's insane. Build quality, good enclosure, giant knob, which you can step on, but it's sturdy. 9 out of 10. Innovation. He takes fuzz pedals, Univibe pedals, old stuff, makes it new and super weird in a very user-friendly way. A lot of innovation, 10 out of 10. Looks, absolutely spectacular, 10 out of 10. Ease of use, it's not like you take it out of the box, you know exactly what it does. You have to read the manual to see what everything does. When you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to use. And it just invites you to experiment. If this were like a pedal, you took it out of the box, know exactly what it does, it wouldn't be as inspiring as it is now, but it is not very easy to use, 7 out of 10. Sound. So many different sounds in this box. I want to say little box, but it's a huge box with a big knob. Huge box with a big knob. I'm gonna get banned for this. Yeah, the fuzz sounds fantastic. I really like that secret third option with dip switches up. I don't know what kind of fuzz it is, but that just sounds the best to me. The fuzz face could sound a little bit better, but you know, dip switches up and then it sounds absolutely insane. The vibe is nice and throbby. 9 out of 10. It is not cheap, $3.99 US, but you get an analog optical Univibe and 3 fantastic sounding fuzz pedals in one. So much options and experimentation possible. There is literally no other Univibe / fuzz pedal like this on the market today. So in the end, I think it's worth it. There are optical Univibes out there that alone cost more than this pedal with a fuzz combined. So 8 out of 10. And I mean, if you want a cheaper option, you can just get the Frey. That is just the Univibe. Brings the total to an 8.8 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching. Go get one. It's fantastic. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Comment below. Like the video. Bye.